So you know how people are saying the government shut down? What does that mean? How did that happen? Why are you seeing all these weird messages on government websites? Basically, government's broke. See, Congress has to pass a bill every time they want the government to spend a certain amount of money. They tell them how much money they can spend and what they can spend it on. So in the latest round of budget talks, Democrats proposed a bill that would reverse a lot of the cuts made in the One Big Beautiful bill back in July, which obviously failed because Democrats don't have a majority in Congress, either house. Republicans, on the other hand, proposed a clean CR, basically a continuing resolution. It says the government's going to keep spending the same amount of money it was spending the same way it was spending it until we can sort all this business out. But that also failed because in the Senate, you need 60 votes to pass a CR. Problem with that is Republicans don't really want to compromise on this, even though they're the party in power. And if Congress can't pass a bill, the government can't spend any money. Ergo, government broke. So what does that actually mean? Well, a lot of employees are being laid off or furloughed, basically the government telling them, we don't have any money for you right now, go home. And essential employees like air traffic controllers or military personnel, even ICE agents, they're not being paid right now and they still have to work. And a lot of government services are in jeopardy. Either they're going to run out of money soon or they're already not doing anything. So now that you're caught up on that, what are all these weird messages about and why are people freaking the hell out over them? Very, very basically, it comes down to something called the Hatch Act. It basically says federal employees aren't allowed to play politics with their jobs. That means no endorsements, no nothing. See, the point of it is government employees are supposed to be nonpartisan. They work for the people. They don't work for the party in power. But these messages talking about the radical left Democrats are blatantly going against that pretty basic principle of governance. Okay, but what's actually going to happen to you, to the regular people? Well, for starters, if you're flying, good luck with that. And if you rely on government assistance, really good luck with that. See, even though Social Security payments are mandated by law, with all of the furloughs and layoffs that are happening to the department, you're going to see some delays in getting your checks. And food assistance programs like SNAP and WIC, they have a little bit of money saved up for times like this, but once that runs out, that's going to be a huge problem for the almost 42 million people who rely on those services. See, the real problem with government shutdowns is the people they're hurting the most, well, they're kicking people who are already down. People who rely on government assistance programs are not going to be able to get their money. Federal employees already don't make that much money either, and they're not getting paid at all. Except for Congress, because their pay is actually guaranteed by the Constitution. Makes you think. So who's to blame? There's a lot of finger pointing going around right now. I'm not going to tell you exactly who to blame, but I mean,